Gen 3 is finally happening in Pokemon Go, and it was the way that I was actually expecting it. If you've gone back, you'll know about my predictions and all that about the way I thought Gen 3 was going to happen with the Halloween events. So an APK mine just went out recently by the Pokemon Go hub, and they found Gen 3 audio clips, which is probably basically just like probably their Pokemon calls and all that stuff, just those noises. Just because they found the calls doesn't mean it's going straight that, you know, Gen 3 is coming out anytime soon. It's just the calls, and they don't even have like the full out code in some of the move sets yet. But then something was found in the code. So there was a loading screen that was found, and usually when the loading screens change, it's about to show something big about Pokemon Go. Before it was the Gyarados coming out of the water, which was just for the starting of Pokemon Go. Then it went to the Halloween one, which was like, you know, just to show, hey, there's a big event going on right now, go out and catch some stuff. Then there was the Christmas one, which was that actually changed, if you didn't notice it. It actually changed midway. There may have been another one in between those. Then they had the one for the raids, which was pretty cool of Tyranitar being attacked by all these Pokemon. But now they found one that was different, and this one looks amazing. If you look at it now, you can obviously see why people think Gen 3 is coming out. We got Gengar in the middle, we got Banette and Shuppet, then we also got Dusclops sitting next to Gengar, looking actually kind of creepy. We have Duskull flying around, we got some Zubats up at the moon, we've got, for some reason, no Ghastly or Haunter. I'm not sure why they're not added. They're obviously going to be part of the Halloween event, why wouldn't they? But also not Mystery Obvious, you can't see her either, but you can see Sableye, which was one that I was actually on the edge of whether he was actually going to drop or not. One for sure that I knew wasn't going to drop, I was a little bit iffy on, but I was for sure he was not going to drop, was Shedinja. Shedinja is a ghost type of this generation, but the way he plays is unlike any other Pokemon, which is that he only has 1 health and he can only be attacked by super effective moves. So it would make sense why he wouldn't be added in this new event. I actually talked to Mystic 7 about this the last time we met. We talked about it. I was like, okay, for the Halloween event, they have to add Gen 3 Ghosts. I was just thinking it was mostly fitting. People have been wanting it. It's coming up. And Gen 3 Ghosts. Or at least, I told them at least if they don't have that, then Ghost Shinies. Maybe they might add both. We don't know. I don't think they'll add Gen 3 Ghost Shinies, but maybe Gen 1 and 2 Ghost Shinies. I'm not going to ask way too much out of them. I'm really happy with Gen 3 Ghosts because Ghost types are my favorite type. And seeing that they're going to be adding 5 new Ghost types just for this Halloween update, not including Shedinja, which would have made it 6 for the entire generation, I am very happy because that is way more than the amount of Ghost type Pokemon we already have in Pokemon Go so far. Just kind of weird how Gen 1 and Gen 2 are so dead of Ghost types. Like, come on. Gen 2 only has 1. I had to pick up the pace back then. There's also a new badge that was found in the code for Gen 3 Pokemon. And it's probably just going to be based off of, it's just going to be named off of the region of Gen 3. Basically just catching them would be leading up to it. Seeing that there's only going to be 5 coming out, I don't think that anyone's going to be getting themselves the bronze medal even. But once Gen 3 comes out completely, then everyone's going to be able to get them. But I'm actually really excited for this Halloween event. I don't know what exactly they're going to be adding in case of just helping people. Like, you know, just 2 times candies. That would probably be breaking the game though. Because all I have to do is go to Santa Monica once. And by the way, I'm going to Santa Monica the Saturday the Halloween event drops. But if they add double candies, reduced walking distance and all that stuff, it's going to be very easy to fill the 5 Pokédex, like really, really easy. Like, come on, it's kind of funny how like they're going to be introducing new Pokemon, but with the double candy, they're just going to be filled up like that. It's just, double candies will be helpful to some people, but for us that have like every single Pokemon in the Pokédex, we're just going to be going straight for those ghost types, which those candies are going to fill up fast, which means we're going to be making those Pokédexes fast. And I don't know. Duskull is, this generation's weird. I cannot, if you ask me what's my favorite ghost type of Gen 3, I'm very confused. They all look so good to me, but I really want 100% IV Duskull. I'm going to be hunting or just hatching as many eggs as possible, which goes down to my predictions. Mystery Obvious has been a 2k egg, and Ghastly for the most part has been a 5k egg. So what is Dusclops and Shuppet going to be? I feel like they should one should be 2k egg and one should be 5k egg. For instance, I think Shuppet should be a 2k egg. Even though I really like it, it only has one evolution. But Duskull has 2 more evolutions with another one coming in Gen 4, which is when Gen 3 comes out, the next generation. So I think it should be a 5k egg to add just a little bit more challenge onto getting him from an egg. But here's the big thing. I'm so happy because I play the meta. I've played almost every Pokemon game in general. Not Generation 6 though. I wish I played some of that, sort of. It had some good ghost types, but in general I didn't really like Gen 6 way too much, so I never got into it. But Gen 7's my favorite. I was so happy and I can't wait for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for any of you that actually play the meta out there. But I saw something. Like literally it took me 1 minute of just looking at that new loading screen to see something. And if you look closer, yeah, there. You see on the top of the person's head, I think some of you have noticed this, they have a hat. So for a lot of the events, since the water event, they've added a new hat. With the rock event with the, like safari hat it got going on, the water event with the Magikarp hat, and stuff like that. This one is a bit different. I wasn't even expecting a hat. Maybe a Gengar hat or something, but if you look closely at that hat, it's Mimiku. Mimiku all the way over from Gen 7, who I'm kind of confused because he is a ghost type, but we're talking about Gen 7 here, and I don't think they're going to be getting to Gen 7 anytime soon, or I don't think they're going to be dropping Mimikyu just for fun, because that Pokédex entry is going to be Tyranitar, Lugia, and then all the space until it finally gets to Mimikyu. I don't think that's the way they're going to go with it, but man, I can't believe it. I'm not really too surprised. I was kind of thinking deep down below that they are going to add ghost types. Man, the fact that they're finally doing it now, it's just super happy and showing that we're a lot closer to Gen 3, because Gen 3 was announced as the next big update, and seeing that this year we're only on big update 2 out of 3, then that means that Gen 3 is the next big update. I'm not expecting it to be on Halloween. I think that's way too much work on them. I feel like either late November or early December, which is a problem because not a lot of people like to play in the winter time. I do like playing in November though, that's a fun time to play. But wintertime, not a lot of people like to play. So adding a new generation in December might help some people to get into the game, but might also discourage some people in the process. Just because of like the fact that, it's wintertime, it's going to be cold, you don't want to be going outside and hunting for stuff. So it's just depend on mixed ideas, but they did announce that the new next big update's Gen 3 with a new battle system coming out next year, which I'm super happy for because I like the battle system and all, some problems with it, but a new one is fairly welcome to me with all because now there's going to be so much variety with 3 whole generations under Pokemon Go's wing. A new battle system will be nice, and I'd like to see what they do with it, and they're going to have some new features of people communicating with each other in Pokemon Go. This doesn't really mean trading or PvP mainly. I think it's a good segue to it, but I'm not sure if it's a straight way to trading. Maybe trading or at least PvP first, because with the new battle system, they might make it easier for people to do PvP. So that could be one of the new things they add. And then later in the future add trading, which I'm super happy for trading whenever that comes out. But I really want trading, but they can take their time on that. I want Gen 3 first. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, comment and subscribe. And Mimikyu hat, I want it so bad. I think I'm going to replace it with my top hat. I like the top hat and all, but come on, we're talking about Mimikyu. He's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Darkrai is my favorite of all time. But Mimikyu, he's up there. He's up there with Spiritomb and all those ghost types. Also, kind of weird how I say ghost types are my favorite, yet my favorite Pokemon of all time is a dark type. He should be a ghost type though. Seeing that now he wouldn't be super overpowered because dark fairy types no weaknesses at the time until fairy. But maybe they should give him that ghost type. I don't know why, he looks like he'd be a ghost type, but that's just on the side. But yeah, see ya.